When was the last time you compared Google to another search engine? You don't. Because Google didn't just win the search wars, they transcended them. And by the end of this video, I'll show you exactly how they did it, plus the simple test that reveals which companies will dominate their markets next. Stick around because this changes everything about how you think about competition. I'm David White, and having started a business worth over $150 million, including one that revolutionized how companies approach strategic partnerships, I've learned that the most dangerous competitors aren't the ones fighting you head on. They're the ones making the fight irrelevant. And today I'm revealing what I call the Google test, a strategy so powerful it doesn't just win markets, it makes markets vanish. Here's what blew my mind. True monopolies aren't built through aggressive competition. They're created by making competition irrelevant. Think about it. When you need to find something online, do you search the web or do you Google it? The verb became the action. Google didn't just become the best search engine, they made the concept of search engines disappear from our consciousness. As Peter Thiel puts it in 0 to 1, competition is for losers. And he's absolutely right. While everyone else was fighting over search market share, Google was busy making the entire conversation obsolete. And this reminds me of when I was building my first search company. We spent months obsessing over our competitors, analyzing their features, and trying to build something better. Complete waste of time. The breakthrough came when we stopped looking at what existed and started asking what could disappear. Let me break down the 4 characteristics that separate transcendent monopolies from ordinary market leaders. First, invisibility of alternatives. Users don't even consider other options. When did you last think about using Bing? Exactly. Second, habit formation. The product becomes reflexive behavior. My sons don't search, they Google. It's muscle memory. And third, category ownership. The brand becomes synonymous with the activity. Like how we don't make copies, we Xerox them. Fourth, network effects. Value increases with adoption. Gmail became more useful as more people used it. Your contacts were there, your photos were there, your entire digital life. Warren Buffett calls this an economic moat, but I think that undersells it. This isn't a defensive barrier. It's making the castle the only place people want to live. The when did you last test. Here's the diagnostic tool that reveals true market dominance. I call it the when did you last test. When did you last compare email providers to Gmail? When did you last consider alternatives to Amazon for online shopping? When did you last think about using something other than YouTube for video content? If you're struggling to remember, congratulations, you've just found a transcendent monopoly. I use this test when advising companies. If customers are still actively comparing your solution to alternatives, you're playing the old game. The winning move is to make comparison meaningless. Now, this isn't unique to Google. Look at the pattern. Amazon didn't just become the best online retailer. They made going shopping mean opening Amazon. Jeff Bezos understood that. The goal wasn't to win e-commerce. It was to make e-commerce so seamless that the concept becomes invisible. Netflix is brilliant here. They didn't compete with Blockbuster. They made video rental stores conceptually obsolete. Reed Hastings once said, "We didn't kill Blockbuster. We made them irrelevant." Apple's iPhone redefined what a phone could be. They didn't build a better BlackBerry. They made the entire concepts of smartphones versus regular phone disappear overnight. Now, this reminds me of a conversation I had with a CEO who was frustrated his superior product wasn't winning. And I asked him, are you trying to be the best in your category or eliminate the category entirely? Game changer. Here's what most entrepreneurs miss. The goal isn't to be the best search engine, email provider, or video platform. The goal is to make search, email, or video so seamless that those categories dissolve. As Clayton Christensen noted in The Innovator's Dilemma, disruption comes from making the previously impossible seem inevitable. I learned this the hard way. In my early businesses, I was so focused on building a better mousetrap that I forgot to ask, what if we didn't need mice? The highest form of competitive advantage is making competition conceptually irrelevant. Want to dive deeper into strategies like this? I share weekly insights on building transcendent businesses at theauthorityfigure.substack.com. And that's where I break down the patterns behind companies that don't just win markets, but reshape reality. Or if you're ready to apply these concepts to your business, visit my website, davidwhiteconsulting.com. The question isn't whether your competitors are better than you. The question is, are you making the competition irrelevant?